All right, it's time for the Judge and JD show. We got a big one, Judge. We're going to talk crawfish, tequila, bourbon, beer. Did I leave anything out?
Man, lots of good stuff right here in Fredericksburg, Texas.
Woo! I love me some Fredericksburg. All right, we mentioned some crawfish. It's Memorial Day weekend. By the way, this is the weekend we pay tribute to those who died to fight for our country and fight for our freedom.
Yep, we're going to enjoy our barbecues and our crawfish festivals and all those kinds of things, but can't forget
the price that was paid to be able to do these
what
things.
we're really celebrating.
Right here.
We just had a veteran. We're going to have a veteran on today.
Yeah.
So
Justin Braune will be on the show in just a little bit. He served our country. But yeah, Memorial Day weekend in Fredericksburg, got the Fredericksburg JC Crawfish Festival. That's going to be a good one. Crawfish, Cajun music, Texas country music. I mean, it's going to be a dandy all weekend.
All weekend. You know, they started that thing about 30 years ago, and one of the JCs loved crawfish. And so they decided to put a festival together to raise money for the community and that sort of thing, and it's still around.
And Pioneer Bar you've been doing the bar there since day
Forever,
one, since the first one, right?
Yep. So very long time. So we'll all be down there. Come by and see us.
Lots of, like I said, live music all weekend, good food. Don't forget the Sweetwater rattlesnake handlers. Going to be having the rattlesnakes.
I have a hard time with that one. I don't.
You don't go to the rattlesnake booth?
Judge doesn't like snakes.
That's a little nerve-wracking to me. I stay by the beer booth. I stay away from rattlesnakes.
So in other words, if you want his autograph, come see us at the bar.
He'd rather hear a Papa Top than a rattlesnake.
Yes.
Than a Slytherin.
But I do enjoy the crawfish.
Oh,
Crawfish
you betcha.
are always good.
Good crawfish. There's shopping. You can shop for arts and crafts, things like
Michelle's
that.
usually out there with Enchanted Inn. She's usually got her trailer out there. It's
all kinds of
good stuff for locals and tourists. Come by and see us.
You bet. We got a good show lined up today, but first, I guess we better give something away.
Oh, yeah.
Got these Pioneer hat. Got a
Got a koozie.
Here. I'll let you draw today, or did you draw last time? Here, I'll All right.
I think JD likes drawing.
I pull out a card. How about that?
I was about to ask, are you going to do a card this time?
You got a card this time. I'll be able to read that. Hey, the Freddie Cab guy won.
Yeah, have you met him? Yeah.
Alex Stringer.
Have you met Alex?
Yeah, I've talked to him out on the
he's a character.
Trail.
He's a character, but he's getting people on.
Yeah, we're gonna have him on a show eventually.
Yes.
And,
good dude.
You bet. All right.
He'll be excited.
Well, he's got a Pioneer hat. Way to go, brother.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. All right, now stay tuned for our guest. We've got Justin Braune with 1693 Distillery. Going to talk some Texas bourbon, baby.
Yeah, and he's got that pickle tequila. So he's talking about his pickle margaritas.
I've heard it's taken off.
Yep.
We'll see what he has to say.
We'll see what he has to say.
And as promised on the Judge and JD show, we're going to visit with Texas bourbon maker Justin Braune right
tequila.
here.
And tequila.
And tequila as well. Tequila. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Can't forget that one.
You betcha. That's right. 1693 Distillery right here in Fredericksburg.
Right down the road, right on my way home. So, yeah.
Corner 290 and Luckenbach Road.
Luckenbach Road, yeah.
Can't miss it. You guys have been doing a great job over there.
I appreciate that.
And I guess the first question is your background, Justin, because you're pretty much the CEO, right?
Yes,
and,
sir.
You wear a lot of other hats, probably. But
Too many.
Let's start with you and where you came from, and then let's talk about that 1693 name, how y'all came up with that.
All right. That's actually a fun story.
All right. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I actually grew up on Long Island, a good old Strong Island boy. Don't hold it against me, Long Island. Very patriotic. We love our country. I went to Naval Academy, and I was kind of a nerd at the academy. I was an electrical engineer, and the nuclear engineer community loves double E's because we have a high pass rate. And so they floated $20,000 signing bonus in front of me, and Yamaha just came out with the brand new R1 fuel injected, and so I sold my soul to the devil.
Thank you for serving our country.
I drove off on that R1 and never looked back. So people ask me what I did in the Navy, and I boiled water.
Yeah.
What? I'm like, 12 hours a day, boiled water.
Boiled water.
Not too hot, not too cold, just right. But so I did that, and I was stationed out in San Diego for almost my entire career. I was lucky enough to be there. Moved up to Los Angeles after I finished my 5-year commitment to get my MBA at USC, University of Southern California. I had tunnel vision to get back to San Diego, 17 years later, I'm still living in Los Angeles with a wife and 3 kids, and COVID came down hard, and the restrictions just get worse and worse and worse. And at first we were like, all right, we got to stay safe, And then like this tiny little group of people called Florida demask, and they're back to real life, and kids are at school, and we're like, I wonder what's going to happen. Then Texas demasks, and they're still getting the worse and worse rules out there. So we said, we can't do this to our kids. They've only got a blink of time as being innocent children, and they should be out at playgrounds. And
that's so true.
It broke my heart. It was rough.
And there's a lot of folks moving here from California, and some people have an issue with it, some don't. But at the end of the day, if you've been out there and you kind of see what's going on with and I'm not even talking about some super right or super left,
no.
Just generally, you just see what's going on with politics, and
just want my kids to be
they're
kids.
letting a beautiful area go to hell, and so you can see why people are moving here, So that's the case.
Especially, and the hill country is a totally different animal.
Yes.
In Texas.
Yes.
You've got Texas, and you've got the hill country state of mind, which is a lot of community, a lot of survival, a lot of togetherness.
That's
a lot of figuring things out. Mm-hmm. Hill country folks know how to figure things out. But anyway, keep going, Justin. What got you here to Texas finally?
So, while I was in Los Angeles, I ended up. I don't know how to say this. I was running weed companies, big publicly traded cannabis companies, all legal, above board, publicly traded on the Canadian Stock Exchange, on the OTCQB. At one point in time, I was CEO of Stock Ticker Vape.
Oh, cool.
So kind of a fun little back channel. But how that leads into Texas is cannabis in California is a multi-tier industry. Distributors can't be retailers, can't be manufacturers. The manufacturers need to sell their products through a distributor, through a retailer. So my customers are really not my customers, they're my retailers' customers. So I need to win those customers over through a distributor and a retailer. And when I traveled to Texas, one of my large investors did very well for him in California. It was in the liquor industry, and I called him up. I said, "Hey, I'm a Texan now. Let's do something." And he's like, "I'm in Vail." I said, "I gave up like 3 years ago. I'm retired, but let me see what I can do." And he called me back in a week and a half later and said, "I don't know much about this opportunity, but it's been floated around my community, and there's a guy up in Fredericksburg with a distillery looking for COO, CFO." And so I called him up and met with him. And the more I got into liquor, the more I realized, wow, this is the same exact structure.
Similar, yeah.
That's what I was going to say. The same structure.
California
three-tier system. Yeah.
Except I actually enjoy the product. I get too anxious. I've tried cannabis once or twice, and every time I come back hoping that it's going to be a different experience.
Right. It's not there.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah. There's definitely a place for it. There's definitely a value, though.
Right. Oh, yeah, definitely.
At first, when I got in the industry, I'm like, it was medicinal. I was like, this is kind of a scam, but I could use a backiotomy too, right? I've seen the movie. But then the more I got into it, the more I've seen firsthand the children with the seizures, and it stops it almost instantly with just some CBD and sometimes a little THC. But there's definitely a value of that molecule and that product, and it should be incorporated into the medicinal industry, properly, the right way. But we're not there yet. But the industry's trending in the right direction, and I believe it just got deschedulized from a Schedule 1, so that's a good step. But so here I am. I took over CFO COO of Frontier Spirits, which is the owner of formerly known as Luckenbach Road Whiskey Distillery.
Then there's that. But
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
And so through that process, that was
Would grueling be a good word?
what's worse than grueling? Being an E2 on the decks of a naval ship. How about that? That's worse than grueling. That's so it was a long, drawn out, painful process, and it just it's a shame that it happened. You know, good people over there, good people over here, and I can appreciate the stance on both sides.
Right.
But
But here you are now.
Long
Here y'all
story
are
short,
now and doing
that
well,
was put to
everything's-
bed, and I stepped up and took over CEO. And my first job was we got to rebrand, and I'm not getting anywhere near a trademark infringement ever again. So we start searching, and I'm like, "How about this?" To my trademark attorney, no good. How about this? Oh, looks good. Called me. Well, I'm like, if the word "well" comes into it, I want nothing to do
Right,
with it.
that's true. Yeah, that's smart.
I was, what about?
So how did 1693 come up?
So I'm trying to think what's special about us in Fredericksburg and Hill Country. Well, just so happens we're one of the highest elevations in all of Texas.
I'll be damned.
Yeah. Go. I didn't know that at first either. And so we have pretty extreme climate switches. We'll have 105 in the day and 40 the same later that night. And we age all of our barrels outside. And so it's getting squeezed and expanding and contracting, and it really ages the whiskey. At this time, we were only a whiskey distillery. It ages it very quickly, and that's kind of special to us. If it might say 4 years on the bottle, it will function like a 5 or 6 year product.
Nice.
And so our elevation is special to us. It's unique to us, and our elevation just so happens to be 1,693 feet above sea level.
You learn something every day
yeah,
on the Judge and JD show.
So the trademark was clean, so we took it and we rolled with it.
Cool name, too. I like
It
it.
is.
Thank you.
It is.
And then we launched our tequila product, Elevación, which is actually legally not a tequila. It is a agave spirit. But when we were looking for a name on that, back to 1693, the elevation of Fredericksburg, how do we tie into that? Elevation. But it's got to be Spanish. What about Elevación?
All right.
That
yeah,
works.
right.
So we grabbed it, and we haven't looked back.
Got the pickle on the jar. People are pickle crazy these days.
They are. The pickle
everything.
this, pickle
Yeah.
back,
Yep.
pickle this, pickle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we serve probably 300 pickle margaritas every Saturday. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible? And you said it's selling like crazy.
Like
already.
crazy. So this
it-
is our latest release, and so it's based on the Blanco tequila, and it comes out distilled between 105 and 110 proof, and typically you proof it down to 80 is standard tequila, 40% alcohol by volume, and you proof it down with water. Well, I said, what happens if we proof it down with nothing but pickle juice?
Heck yeah.
And I tasted it, and I was like, "Oh, that's pickly. That's pickly." I gave some. We just made this like in a jar right here,
Right, right.
and we gave some to people at the bar. They're like, "Can you pour that into a bottle? We'll buy it right now." I'm like,
Really? Whoa.
"Really?" Well, but maybe you guys are strange. Like, hey, we start calling people over, all just guess. Hey, try this. Like, whoa, what is this? Like, I can't tell you. You just gotta try it first. And
That is cool.
one after the other. We love it. We love it. We
You
love it.
literally tried this product one person at a time.
At the tasting room, yeah. So if you
Isn't
come
that
to our
crazy?
And that's kind of where it starts, right? One
Right.
at a time, you know?
if you come to our tasting room, we have our bottles on the back shelf. But then we have these like 2 liter, 3 liter jugs, like the glass jugs that you put lemonade in, you twist the spout, and those are kind of our experimental jugs. And prior to this, we launched a jalapeno blanco, a jalapeno honey reposado, and they all were
that sounds
born the same way as a little test jug that we have up there, and if enough people like it, we run with it.
Sure.
love it.
So how do folks get it? So is it's out? Is it distributed?
Just hit the streets through distribution. You can always get it at our tasting room.
Okay.
Um,
So they can take a bottle to go.
they can always
There's
take a
tasting
bottle
room.
up to
Okay.
4 a month per person. But we're in distribution now, and so you can get it at every liquor store in Fredericksburg right now. Judy's, shout out to Judy's. You were the very first people to bring it on board. I appreciate your trust in us, and especially Cody.
Yep. Cody, Peter, they're the best over there, man. They are the best.
Cody's the man.
We need to see if I don't know if we have it at Pioneer or not. If not, we need to get some more. So we have Pioneer up on Main Street.
Yep, very weird. That's why I brought this gift for you to convince you to.
I'm convinced.
I said convinced. I really meant guilt you that into making your old fashions.
No, man.
Hey now,
yeah,
because being on the show was not enough.
That's great.
Yeah. So what else is going on out there? I mean, are you?
So we're part of a big development.
Yeah, everybody's asking. So
yeah, it's happening. It's real. It's going on.
Yeah.
So
not to put you on the spot, but everybody in the world, as I was thinking about it on the drive-in this morning, everybody's been asking. So we got the man here himself.
It's real. I'll vouch. I'm looking you directly in the eyes. I'll tell you, it's happening. And you will see, big yellow iron out there before Q4 removing. They started a little bit, quick. But so we have 3 different restaurants from the Salt Lick Barbecue. We have Salt Lick Cellars, and then they're having a Mexican restaurant, which we're super excited for. Yeah. Right. And then our distillery is going to be opposite Luckenbach Road from where it is now, and we're going to be on the same side as the Salt Lick restaurants and wineries.
So everything will be on the south side of the highway of 290.
Everything will be on the south side, correct.
Of 290,
and
but
we're always going to be on the
Luckenbach Road, right?
Correct. We're going to be on the west side. Is phase 1.
Okay.
And I believe those are those 4. Us and the 3 Salt Lake will be the first inaugural places there.
But you can go out and have a drink now, or buy to-go bottles and so forth. There on the corner,
up and running right now.
Absolutely. I bring with Weinheimer Tours. I bring groups by there all the time. Saturdays are very lively. Over there at 1693, got the
band.
Live music out there going on.
Every Saturday for I want to say 2 to 5 or 2 to 6 we have live music and it's
good
fun.
Bands too.
Yeah, we've been coming up in the world.
Yeah, man, good bands.
So have you moved here? Or are you?
So I am not a Bergian. What do you guys call yourselves?
They call us all kinds of things, depending on who you ask.
Only the positive ones.
Depending on who you ask, but yeah.
So I travel all the way from Kendall County. I'm the last house in Bernie. I'm the last house with a mailing address in Bernie.
That's a nice drive over. So you're right down the road then.
There's like a little tiny historic train town called Waring.
Oh yeah.
And I'm right there in Waring.
Is that where that steakhouse is?
Popo's.
Popo's
is Popo's in Waring?
That's on the other side. That's in. Believe it or not, there's a bunch of little towns. There's Welfare. There's Bernie, Welfare, which is part of Waring. Then there's.
Is it Don Strange Ranch I'm thinking about?
That's in between me and... Yep, that's down Don Strange's there.
They used to have steak night out
there.
Back in the day. You bring your own steak, and then J-Boy Adams and his band would be out there.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, cool.
Wait a minute. Did you just say bring your own steak?
Yeah. You'd bring a steak, and they would have the fire, and, you just...
Do your thing.
At the old general
store.
Like
an old-fashioned steak night.
Okay.
You got Joshua Creek is down there too.
Yeah.
Bring your steak.
I've heard bring your own beer. I've never heard bring your own steak.
We're in Texas, Yeah.
I'm from Texas. What are you talking about? I'm born and raised here, but I've never heard of that.
That wasn't a jab. That was just, you should know this.
Yeah, with the price of beef.
Sorry, I might not be the right kind of Texan.
No, I'm just kidding. It may not be the norm. I almost called you Paula. Where's Paula? She's in Columbia. Hey, where are you? I'm sorry, Monty.
I was going to say something, but I'm
still here.
I was going to say something, but I'm not.
She's Colombian.
Our editor lives in Columbia.
Yeah, she's a dear. Shout out to Paula.
Shout out to Paula. Yeah. But yeah, so are you enjoying the hill country?
Oh, I love it out here. I
know it's a little warmer here than
Yeah,
California,
but that's a small price to pay for good people. My top 5 reasons. The top 3 are the people of Texas, the freedoms, and just the respect and love of Texas. I've never seen a place. So at the Naval Academy, it was the first time I ever met a Texan, and he he was actually from Kerrville, and I didn't know what Kerrville was at the time. I just knew he was a Texan. And this guy would not stop talking about Texas. And here I am from New York, and we got a lot of pride. I'm like, just talk about something other than Texas. Texas, that's the best of this. And I couldn't stand it because nothing compared to New York. And fast forward, to 25 years, and
look where you're at.
Texas. I get it. It makes sense now. This place it's worth fighting for. It really is.
Well, we're glad you're here. We're glad 1693 is here. I mean, supporting the community, and
don't forget about the bourbon.
The bourbon, tequila, and the tequila, and
should probably open that up.
I want to encourage people to get out there and see you.
Come on out. We're veteran owned. We've got live music. You can kick your feet up on the table and relax and feel like you're at home. There's a lot of these new wineries coming to town. They're gorgeous, they're fancy, but I always feel like I'm in someone else's house, and it's nice to be able to go out with my friends and feel like I'm in my own living room and just be at ease and relax.
Yep.
Well, I've been there a lot. Y'all definitely capture the hill country feel. You do.
You do.
Thank
you do. And
stuff.
the location's incredible. And so over the next year, 2, 3, you'll be seeing some development out there.
Yeah, the goal is probably by the end of next year.
Okay.
Prior to 28, to be
rolling, huh?
pouring and distilling our own whiskey in our own still across the street from where we're at.
That's
now.
exciting.
Yeah,
that is very.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
I think we purchased all that land. 2020, the end of 2020, 21, right on the cusp there. I joined in 22, and so it's been a good 5 years. Been a lot of shucking and jiving and getting deceleration lanes with TXDOT and PWS wells drilled. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, a project like that doesn't happen overnight. It's not something quick.
So I'm not like the developer. We have a fantastic developer partner, and then SWBC has stepped in a big way to help support this and the distillery. So I'm just on the periphery of that, and from what I've seen, it's just, oh shit, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't think about that either. Like,
there's a lot.
So you think about every little detail, right?
Yeah.
And they all take time. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to come on here. You're always welcome. Come see us.
Judge,
come see us
so
at
much for having us
Pioneer.
out there.
Justin Braune, 1693
JD,
Distillery.
it's a pleasure.
A fun place to visit if you're out on the wine trail, the distillery trail, the brewery trail, whatever you want. We got it all out 290, man.
It's
happening.
It's there and more.
Sounds
good.
Good.
Thanks, Justin.
Take care.
That's going to wrap up the Judge and JD show. We had a good one today. I enjoyed it.
Another great day. Justin's a great guy. Man, I'm looking forward to the Crawfish Festival this weekend.
We're going to see a lot of folks out and about, a lot of locals. That's a fun local event, but we've got people from far and wide. We'll see a lot of tourists there as well.
And to all our military community here in Fredericksburg and beyond, we are grateful, and we hope you enjoy your Memorial Day weekend.
Y'all have a good one. Stay safe out there.